In an overgrown backyard, tucked away from the world, lived a remarkable little family. This was their hidden kingdom, a fortress of weeds and shadows. At the heart of it all was Juliet, a beautiful multicolored gray cat, and her 4 precious kittens. She was their queen, their teacher, and their fierce protector. First, there was Leonidas, a striking solid black kitten with a distinguished white dot on his chest, like a tiny medal of honor. He was the bold one, always the first to follow his mom on a hunting lesson. Then came Peabody, a vibrant splash of orange and white, his fur a canvas of stripes. He was the curious explorer, his eyes wide with wonder at every new sight and sound. Cholula was the quiet observer, a solid gray shadow who moved with silent grace, learning every lesson with focused intensity. And finally, Dottie, a sweet gray kitten with a white dot on her chest, just like her brother Leonidas. She was the playful spirit of the group, always ready for a tumble. Life in their secret garden was a constant lesson in survival. Juliet, with endless patience, taught her babies the ways of the wild. They learned to stalk the quick, darting lizards that sunbathed on the rocks and to pounce on unsuspecting mice rustling in the dry leaves. She even showed them how to watch the birds, teaching them the art of stillness and the perfect moment to strike. More importantly, she taught them how to stay safe, how to disappear into the tall grass at the slightest hint of danger, and how to endure the relentless southwestern heat by finding the coolest, shadiest spots to rest. But it wasn't all serious business. Their days were filled with games and laughter. They'd have epic wrestling matches, tumbling over each other in a flurry of fur and paws. The old, gnarled tree in the corner of the yard became their personal jungle gym, a challenge to climb higher and higher. They'd practice their hunting skills on falling leaves, chasing them as if they were the most delicious prey. Let's talk about Leonidas and Peabody. These two were often partners in crime. One afternoon, their curiosity got the better of them. They squeezed through a loose board in the fence and found themselves in a whole new world, the neighborhood. They tiptoed across warm driveways and peeked under giant, strange-smelling cars. They encountered other cats, some friendly, some not so much. A big, fluffy Persian cat just stared at them with disdain, while a scruffy tabby hissed a warning. Leonidas stood his ground, puffing out his chest, while Peabody cautiously watched from behind. They learned a valuable lesson that day. Their backyard was safe, but the world outside was full of unknowns. Cholula and Dottie had their own adventures, too. They were the masters of stealth. They loved to explore the narrow spaces between houses, their small bodies perfect for squeezing through tight gaps. One evening, they followed the scent of food and found themselves near a human's back porch. A bowl of kibble was left out. Cholula was hesitant, remembering her mother's warnings about humans, but Dottie's playful nature took over. She crept forward, took a quick, crunchy bite, and dashed back to her sister. They shared their little secret, a taste of a different kind of life. A couple of times a week, a handsome visitor would arrive. He was Romeo, a dashing gray cat with dark, distinguished stripes. He wasn't just a stranger, he was family. He'd greet Juliet with a gentle head boop before turning his attention to the kittens. He was their dad. He'd roll on the ground and let them pounce on his tail. He'd give them thorough baths with his rough tongue, cleaning their fur until they shone. And he never came empty-handed. Sometimes he'd bring a field mouse or a juicy grasshopper, a special treat for the growing family. One particularly hot afternoon, a sudden storm rolled in. Thunder boomed, and rain came down in sheets. The kittens had never experienced anything like it. They huddled together, trembling. Juliet, calm as ever, led them to a dry, sheltered spot she had prepared under a thick, waterproof tarp she'd found. She curled her body around them, a warm, reassuring presence. As the storm raged outside, they were safe and snug in their mother's embrace, listening to her soft purrs. It was in moments like these that their bond grew strongest, a family forged in the wild, learning the rhythms of survival, adventure, and unconditional love. Thank you so much for watching their story unfold. If you love tales of brave little cats, be sure to like and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time.